are here with Dr. Nate Skare for Skare Spine and Performance. And so glad to be back here again visiting with you, Dr. Nate.
Yeah, thanks for coming back.
Yes, we love it. And so we've talked about lower back pain, we've talked about different assessments that you do. So I want to ask you about foot problems, foot pain. Why are they so common, and why do people want to just ignore them?
Yeah, so outside of the low back, the foot pain is actually probably one of the most common things people will experience, and 1 in 3 people will either have or will experience foot pain in their lifetime. And it's the feet can be kind of complex, but a lot of it is we stuff our feet into shoes for basically our entire life.
Yes.
And a lot of them really don't fit our foot well, so over time it can just create some problems within the feet. That's probably one of the main things that end up causing some foot problem. And we don't let our feet feel the ground enough. Like we're always stuffed in the shoes, so our feet actually really adapt well to being on different terrain and on the ground, and that's how they can actually gain some strength and mobility and function. So that's kind of some of the biggest problems or mistakes that people make, is we're always just in these nice comfy shoes that really long term aren't great for our foot function.
Interesting. So even, right away when you talked about that, I'm thinking of the heels that I shove my feet into all the time that are not shaped like a foot at all, but somehow you figure out how to shove them in there. But even comfy shoes maybe can be not necessarily the best thing for your foot.
Yeah, for long term. So sometimes, if we're wearing them for looks, or if we have some foot pain, like once in a while they're okay. Sure. But the more our feet can feel the ground, the better, because there's basically nerve endings in our feet, and it's called proprioception, so it tells your body where you are in space. So the more padding that's in a shoe, the less those are firing. So then your feet just kind of get turned off, or the nerves in your feet kind of get turned off. And then when they're so comfy, just the muscles aren't firing, exactly the way we want or need. So it can just lead to some issues over time. So
when you're home, you should really be just in bare feet.
Yeah, you should. If you can. Yep. Yeah. So that's where for some people we might just have to start them for 5 minutes a day. Just walk around your house barefoot. If they've been doing it for 60 years, having shoes on. But for others, if we're younger, used to it, like as much as you can go barefoot. Or get functional footwear is actually one of the best things for that.
Okay. Now I have to ask, what is functional footwear?
So number one is shoes that really fit to your feet. So it's called a wide toe box. So it's different versus just a wide shoe, but it's more where the toes are wide, but kind of the rest of the shoe's narrow, or that fits your foot.
Yes.
So it allows your toes to splay or spread essentially. Yeah. So a lot of times, we cram them in there so the toes can't actually function or splay the way they need. So that's one of the criteria, and then usually we want kind of a flatter shoe, so not heels essentially.
Sure.
But a flatter shoe, and then less padding, or kind of a flexible padding with it. So
that you can really feel the ground, and like you said, all those muscles are starting to fire, and you're actually using them.
Correct. Yeah.
So do you see foot problems with mostly older adults or in younger active people too?
So we see a good combination of both. So we've had a lot recently of plantar fasciitis in younger people, a lot of runners, pickleballers.
Oh, sure.
We see a lot of Achilles tendonitis or tendinopathies, and kind of young and older patients. Ankle sprains and stuff like that. So we see actually a good mix of the younger to the older, demographics. Yep.
And so a lot of that is kind of strength related.
It can
possibly.
be. Yep.
Okay.
For some people, it's going to be a lot of creating the mobility, of teaching them how to turn on their toes again, and getting the joints in the foot moving well. And some of it is creating strength. Weak toes is actually the biggest predictor of plantar fasciitis, and then actually falling in the elderly. Your toe strength is actually the biggest, single best predictor of falling. So it can correlate to a lot of
so many problems. Yes. So I used to work in a nursing home prior to my media life, and I mean, if you can prevent falls, so thinking ahead at in your 40s, going, okay, I'm going to take care of my feet, make sure that I'm wearing shoes that are going to build strength and not just kind of carry me where I need to go. So that leads me to ask you, what can we do to build stronger, more resilient feet? Yeah.
So it depends on where you are on the spectrum. For some people, we just gotta teach them how to move their toes. It kind of seems
that might
weird,
be me. No, but I've been shoving my feet into heels for a long time.
So it can be someone just turning their foot muscles on. Some of it can be teaching them how to balance and just working on single leg balance at home. There's a device we have at the office here called the Toe Pro, which is phenomenal at creating toe and foot strength.
Oh, wow.
We can teach them some stuff to do, in the weight room if they're more of an athlete. So it kind of depends where they are on the spectrum. So it can go from really simple to some more complex stuff. But other than that, if they can just walk around, barefoot and get, functional footwear, it'll help improve their foot strength.
That's huge, just right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you really meet people where they're at,
Yeah.
is what I'm hearing, and the individualized care too that you provide to see, whether it's somebody like me who's worn heels forever, or just somebody who's worn really comfy shoes
Yeah.
or sat a lot. I'm sure you see all different kinds of things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
every end of the spectrum.
So why doesn't typical foot treatment tend to work for people?
A lot of times we might just do some simple, band work or like kind of crunching the toes,
Right.
like picking up marbles, like stuff like that, or we just put them straight into an orthotic. And some of
Yes.
that can be good, but a lot of times we're not actually addressing the strength in their toes and
Okay.
really improving the foot function and then improving, the strength, within
So
that.
we're not getting to that cause, which is
Correct.
what you love to do. You
Yep.
like to find the cause, let's treat it and make you better.
Absolutely.
I'm all into this back half now. I turned 49, so I'm like, these things like balance and falling when you're older are much closer to my brain than they were even just a few years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just so important, I think. Would you agree that
Yeah.
like the low back, the feet, all of that?
Exactly. And
Yeah.
what you do in your 30s, 40s, 50s is going to set up your 70s and 90s. So
Yeah.
the more we can do some simple stuff, when we're younger, the longer it's going to,
Yeah.
last and take
Yeah.
you.
Absolutely, because when you're 90 and in the nursing home, it's much more difficult to try to build strength at that time.
Yeah.
At least that was definitely my experience. So,
100%.
yeah. All right, well, how do we get a hold of you? How do we get in touch with you?
Yeah, so we're online at skarespineperform.com.
Okay.
People can check out our website, schedule online there, or they can reach us at 507-200-0449, or check us out on Facebook and Instagram at
Oh,
Skare
nice.
Spine and Performance. So.
Cool, you're on all the socials as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Of course. All right, come and check them out, really. Foot pain isn't something I ever thought about going to a chiropractor for, but really, I mean, we don't have time today to talk about all of the things, but really any pain that you're having, you can come in and do an assessment with you to see,
Yeah.
is it something related that you can help take care of?
Yeah, anything in the musculoskeletal world.
Yeah,
Yep.
cool. All right, thank you so much,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Nate Skare, here with Skare Spine and Performance, and we will see you back on Midwest Access in just a few minutes.